What is good, everybody? Merkle Moman on the scene. Welcome back to the Half Size Up podcast. You lot have now been listening to us for 22 shows, and we are now at episode 23. As you know by now, we are a weekly podcast for sneaker news, UK releases, global sneaker trends, and all things in between. Today's podcast is brought to you in conjunction with the Pink Miracle Shoe Cleaner, the original shoe cleaner since 1985. With me each and every week, I have my co-host Ash Bash.
What's good, people?
And the homie Dean Still.
What's going on?
And this week, within a couple of weeks, to be honest, we've seen releases in the Air Jordan 1 Electro Orange, the Air Jordan 3 Racer Blue, the New Balance 990 V2, and a triple release in the New Balance 550 Sea Salt Pack. All in all, some dope releases this week and a lot more to discuss in today's episode. But for now, let's get stuck into our first segment, in which we would like to call Favorite Shoe You Wore Last Week. In this segment, we talk about our most favorite shoe that we've worn last week. And today we've got Dean to get the ball rolling. So D, what was yours, man?
I'm probably gonna go with boring again though, but I wore the Chicago. I wore the Chicago one day, so
Ooh.
I try and keep it realistic to what my favorite shoe is.
Yep.
I did wear like my OG 180s on one day as well, the ultramarine pair, but Chicago is my favorite pair.
If we're being honest, isn't it?
If we're being honest, yeah. So I'm gonna go with that one. Especially, I'm trying to wear as much of my stuff as possible. Especially after seeing some of these videos of people's older pairs that they've been left like dead stock.
Man, it's painful, and like how hot it's been recently. I've been thinking my room. Oh my god.
Well, you know what? Not much of my shit is dead stock anyway. But there is stuff that even if you've worn it once or twice, it's just chilling, right?
Yeah,
so it might as well be dead stock, right? So. Yeah, I do get paranoid as well. I keep my shit in the cupboard and in the wardrobe, so I try and keep it like away from too much sunlight and too much like condensation and stuff like that. So I'm hoping they're okay in the long run. But yeah, Chicago once.
Freaking dope, man.
Yeah.
Freaking dope. Ash, what did you wear, man?
Yeah, it's going to be, not boring one, because I've said it in the past, but it was the Nike Off-White Rubber Dunks.
Yeah, boy.
It's not a shoe that I reach for like all the time, because the colour's a bit wacky, like with the electric green kind of thing going on, but the shoe is just super fire. And then when I was reaching for them, I was thinking, what socks to go with, and I actually bought these socks time ago for a different pair of shoes. It was for a pair of Sauconys. They had this sort of like midnight kind of spacey theme. We had like black and green and stuff, and I just remembered that I had them and it went exactly perfectly with them. So I was like, yeah, this is happening today, and it worked out good, man.
Fire, man. For me, lads, what did I wear last week? I'd say the best pair that I wore last week were probably the Nike Sakai Waffle in the anthracite black colorway. Fire pair, man. And do you know what? I've kind of, I love wearing them, man. I love wearing them. They're just so easy to wear. And we took the little one out to, this is so random, lads. Bit off topic as well. But yeah, we took the little one to see some alpacas.
Okay, yeah.
And she loved it. She had a wicked time. But yeah, super comfortable. Obviously, we did take a little bit of a drive. And you know what? It's gotten to the point where like I love wearing them so much. I actually don't really mind if like the heel gets like dirty or whatnot at the shelf. It's gotten to this point where I love wearing them that much that I don't mind them getting that dirty. I know that when I get back, I'll give them a little wipe down or something. But yeah, super comfy. Still love wearing them. I think they actually look better with a bit of a yellow tinge on the midsole. Yeah. But yeah, man, they haven't lost its shape or anything. There's no creasing on the toe box because it's like that mesh material.
Yeah.
And,
that pair's fire.
Just
so good, man.
You've got them as well, Dean, right?
Yeah, I forgot those. Yeah.
Just a lovely pair, innit?
Yeah, they look so good on foot. Like, yeah, just always. Whenever you think, I haven't worn it in a while. Am I still gonna like it as much? And then you put it on, and it's like, yeah, it just bangs.
For real, man. Like, do you know what? I'm still like, I don't know what it is, but in me, there's something like I really want to wear the Sacai Vapor Waffle Tall Yellows, but I keep like bottling it. I don't know why. Like,
to be fair, I've not worn that colorway yet myself either. I've worn the other ones, but not that one yet.
I don't think like it's the colorway or anything. I just think like there's such a nice shoe, but I don't know if I'm ready to wear them yet. I don't know.
That one's a proper head turner. People, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it is.
No.
I like it a lot. It's the only one I got, but I've tried to like chill out on wearing it. I wore it like 4 or 5 times, so I was just like, let me put it away for a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like, would you class it as like a seasonal shoe? Like, is it a winter shoe or is it a spring or summer?
Yeah, I think because of the color and like how like fragile like the mesh pairs are.
Yeah.
I think winter is just a no-go in general. Like, none of my Sakai's touch road from like October time until when, like March, April. Like they don't even come
Rain
out.
is going straight onto your toes.
Yeah, just gonna kill it, and like because they're all suede and like just don't. It's just not. Yeah, it's not the one. So I do think like if you're not like rocking your Sakai like in spring, summer, when you're gonna rock them, right? Yeah, you're just wasting it. Like just wear them, go enjoy it. The Vapor Waffle is different though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's a fire shoe, but it's kind of like not a fire shoe at the same time. It's like weird.
Not nowhere near the first one.
No, it's not.
I don't think anyone thinks it's better.
I think the only one from the new ones, the black one, it just works the best. Like it looks.
Yeah.
Do
you know what I saw? I saw this Korean guy, and it was in Central, and he rocked the Vapor Waffle so fire, and I was like, I don't know if I can rock it like that. He looks sick, but it was like he had like cropped trousers, like white tucked in shirt. He had like a long brown trench coat.
Jeez.
And he had like the Vapor Waffles on. Jeez. Like he just looked like one of those models from like, I don't know, Zara men's or like BTS or something like that. I just thought to myself, geez, I don't know if I can look as good as that guy, man. But
man, trench coats are like, they're dicey, man. Unless you're tall, like they're dicey, bro.
Yeah.
They're not looking like a flasher.
Yeah, they just look weird, like, yeah.
I hear you. Wicked, lads. All shoes that were worn were dope. Guys, don't forget to use the hashtag #HalfSizeUpPod and the FSYWLW hashtag to get featured on the HSU account. Moving on, lads, and here at Half Size Up, we have Sneaker News of the Week. And this week on Sneaker News of the Week, we do have a new sneaker unveiled by Nike. Team Swoosh have unveiled the Nike Glide FlyEase, which is basically like the sophomore to the Nike FlyEase. Here we have an all hands-free sneaker once again. These have been designed with those who have a disability in mind. It has been created with at least 20% recycled materials. The sneaker has a majority mesh upper, soft reinforced matte toe cap, rubber caging on the heel, and the sports, like the sports logo. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like a flower of the Nike Grind type logo. It also sports the Grind midsole. Very sleek looking shoe with the whole Move to Zero logo. That's what it's called on the aglets. It sort of gives me OG Presto type feels with this one. I'm hoping Nike do this right by the people who actually need it, man. Now, my question today, lads, do you think there will be a repeat of last time's Go FlyEase where it was super hyped and all the people who actually needed them had to pay like well over £500 to secure them? Or do you think Nike have learned from their previous drop and we'll make sure that these go to the people who actually need them, and obviously bring that inclusivity that, you know, that is generally needed? Ash, let's go to you first.
Yeah, well, this is an interesting one because I was chatting to Barry, not just Fits, just Kicks. Always get the name wrong with his whichever way it is around. But he was talking to me early on because originally, when this whole FlyEase thing was coming out, they were kind of like targeting it at people with disabilities and people that needed extra help to get stuff on. But it seems like the closer it's got to like the sort of releases now, they've sort of gone away from directly targeting that market, and it's just more for, they're saying all athletes, which does mean athletes with disabilities as well, but they're not specifically saying it. So I don't think the whole campaign is going hardcore for that. That first pair went mad because of the whole Jimmy Fallon, was it? Yeah. Thing and all that sort of stuff. I don't think these pairs are going to be anything like that. I think anyone that wants to get these pairs is probably going to be able to get them. They're pretty cool. The concept is nice for slipping your foot in and all that, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as hyped as the first one. And I don't think, because the way they're marketing it, it's now like for everybody. It's like more wide release sort of thing.
I hear you, man. I hear you. D, how about you? What's your thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, just like echo you guys. Really, I don't think there's much more to add. I think if it's like you're saying, Ash, is being marketed a little bit differently, there might be a little bit more stock. I think it's a wait and see how this one plays out. And I think the only way to really know if they do it right is just from the consumer reception, right? So once we see, last time there were so many stories straight away, like people really frustrated and upset, not being able to purchase the shoe, you know, for either for themselves or people in their families who had disabilities and so on. So yeah, hopefully we see a little bit more of a release that's just easier to get, something that everyone can get their hands on, and then we can see kind of really how beneficial the shoe is and if it's kind of resonated with that audience in the way we'd all like it to, you know?
For sure, man. Totally agree as well, man. And I know that the guys over at Canada Got Soul, I think Lawrence.
Yeah, L Doggy smashed it.
Yeah, he done sort of like some, I don't know, was it like a raffle?
Yeah, he did a raffle. He had a bunch of his pairs, like some pairs that he wasn't wearing and whatnot, and he raffled them off live on like IG Live. So and then used that money to cop pairs off StockX and then got them to people that were actually like in need of the pairs, which was really cool.
Brilliant shot. And I think he got like 2 or 3 pairs out of what.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Made a lot of money and spent it well.
Yeah, so he actually repurposed all that reselling money to give it to like people who actually needed it. So that was a big shout for him. So shout out the guys over at Canada. So I just really hope that, you know, Nike have, you know, they've seen what's happened and they learn from it, really, like, and stop these kind of things from happening, because
it looked really bad that first.
Exactly.
Run, yeah.
It was awful. I mean, don't want to like call anyone out or anything, but I was seeing like videos from Seth Fowler and stuff like that doing, you know, hyping the shoe that much. And obviously he reviews it early, he buys it early for however much it costs, and it just builds hype in people. And just because of that, you know, people lost out for, you know, a shoe that they could really use. So
I was looking on the Nike website at the FlyEase stuff, and I don't know if this is the exact stuff that's come out now, but it does say just in on a lot of the products, and it does have like full-size runs available.
That's good.
So it seems that there's a lot of different models. They've even got like football boots that have the FlyEase technology and stuff. So it looks like it's available to people if they want it.
See, this is the thing, and there is there is a market for it as well, not like a resale market. But I mean, if you look at you know, like the Paralympics and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of athletes with a disability who could really use this. Not only like athletes, but, you know, people who do have a disability and they want to stay fit and they do work out, you know, these kind of things will help them in the long term. So
for sure. And I think as well, you know, it's good for Nike to be seen to be normalizing this for the younger kids, you know, for who might be disabled, and seeing that they have product from the same brand that, you know, perhaps their friends or other people they know are wearing, and you know, they can wear the same sort of stuff.
That's major. Yeah.
Yeah, so
You don't want some
hopefully,
kid that can only shop in like one shop and all his other friends have got
right?
Nikes on.
No one wants that. No
Yeah.
kid's gonna be happy. Like he or she, sorry, is gonna want, you know, the product, the brand. They're gonna want that swoosh. So hopefully, yeah, like you're saying, full size run. Hopefully, people can get what they want. Because I saw a lot of upset parents, and you know,
For real, man. I mean, you just saw so many like tweets about it, so many Instagram stories, and they just, you know, Nike haven't had great press in recent times, and you know, they need to fix up, and you know, this is one of the things they do need to fix up on. So let's see how it goes with regards to that release. Hopefully, it all goes smoothly for that market as well. Right, so moving on, lads, it's that time again. Our favorite part of the podcast, and we have HSU question time. This is the part of the podcast where we give you, the listener, a chance to ask about absolutely anything that's going on within the sneaker realm. And this week on HSU question time, we've got a few questions from you guys. So big shout out to everyone that gets involved each and every week. And the first question comes from, the homie at Master Variant. Shout out to you, bro. Big OG, man.
Yeah, big time.
He asks, should brands simply make more shoes in quantity or just continue to make it mad hyped? Dean, let's go to you first, bro.
Yeah, this is a good question because I think you have to find the right balance, don't you? Like, you can't make things you just can't have too much stock of stuff. Like, nothing valuable is plentiful. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, whatever that may be, like, whether that's jewelry, whatever, like, the stuff that is harder to get hold of is always going to cost more. So, you know, the rarity and stuff like that is a big part of collecting. I think that is something that appeals to a lot of people. But at the same time, I have no problem. Like, we've seen some pairs recently, the stock numbers have been really high, and you're actually seeing everyone kind of get a pair. And if they don't, they're only paying like what, £10 more. It's not killing people.
Like those bacons and stuff.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Everyone got one.
Literally, and like even like the Fragment dunks and stuff like that. You're just seeing like those
neutral grey ones,
metallic purple like Jordan 1s. Yeah, exactly, the neutral greys. There's just loads of pairs now that like because Nike have been producing so much stock, especially, you know, people are gobbling it up, and everyone's got a pair, and the resale stays low. I mean, that's fine. I think it's just finding the right balance. You know, I don't think brands should start making loads of pairs. I think you're just going to flood the market, and that creates an unhealthy market for whatever the hobby is. You know what I mean? So if any one product or anyone's type of shoe or item gets flooded on there, you're crashing the market, and it just affects the kind of ecosystem of the way things are. And I don't think that needs to happen. But we have seen some releases just been way too hard to get hold of, and it just becomes and it's just depressing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like, I know I'm not gonna get them
when you don't know like one single person, no one got
when
a pair.
You like when it drops,
silly.
Right? And then you ask around, and you ask like 50 people that you know and are on Insta in the shoe community, sneaker community, and like no one, or it's like one person. That's when you know, like, this is just ridiculous. Like, it's just stupid, isn't it? So yeah, need a balance, man. What do you guys think? Really, it's tricky, isn't it? It's like,
yeah, I think it is super tricky as well because although you know you might be a sneaker collector for like 20 years plus, 15 years plus, but obviously you do have new collectors coming into the scene as well, and everyone wants a pair, right? Like, you've been collecting for some time, you might feel some type of way if you didn't get a pair. I think what I would like to see is just probably like people, like not the same people like securing these pairs, like the super rare pairs and whatnot. It would be good if brands sort of, I don't know, with each type of silhouette, maybe just hype like one particular colorway per year, if that makes sense. So like there'll be, I don't know if this makes sense, but say for example, in winter there will be one type of Jordan, one type of Dunk, one type of I don't know, Jordan 11 or a low or something like that, and then there'll be one for autumn, there'll be one for spring, and there'll be one for summer. Like that way, you kind of like you're not flooding the market too much. Obviously, with like hype pairs, you still get your GRs around the hype pair, but I mean, I don't know. It just feels like every week it's a hype pair. Do you know what I mean? And it's just getting a bit too like, is it even rare anymore for a hype sneaker? Do you know what I mean? Like they're making a lot more hype sneakers now, and a lot more people are getting them. So it kind of takes away from what it was supposed to be in the beginning, which was you collecting a pair that was super rare for its time. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying, yeah. So, like, there's just more collabs these days than there used to be. Like, every week there's a collab, where before it was, like, hard for anyone to get a collab, and there was, like, hardly any collaborations on Jordans. Now there's loads of people that have them, stuff like that, yeah. But the whole getting the mix right on what numbers is super difficult because, like, say Union ones, we all love Union ones. Everyone would like to have probably more than one Union one. But if every single person, you go to Westfield and every single person has a Union, then it's like, it's not special anymore. So you need to find that balance where it's like rare enough that not everyone has it, but also not crazy where, like Dean said, where no one has even got a pair, and it's like £1,000 off the bat straight away. So getting that's probably one of the toughest jobs they probably have at Nike, trying to get, or any brand really, trying to get the right amount of numbers. And we never know the real numbers either, so it's even hard to tell. Like, for all we know, there could be a pair that there's been like a million pairs of it, but everyone's wanted it, so it's sold out, and we wouldn't really know because the numbers are never like put out there.
Do you know, like back in the day, I don't know, I'm going to say like 2018, maybe early 2019, there was a lot of Instagram pages that would like leak numbers. Like, did you ever think that was legit, or do you think that was just
I don't think so.
No, I think it's all bollocks, man. I think it's all like people just making shit up, or like hearing a rough estimate and just going with that,
or just trying to hype up their resale page.
Exactly right. Like they know that's going to get shares and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Well, not only that, like you see some what's that app? Can't remember. Discord group. You see like a lot of posts in Discord.
Those people say they can read the websites and stuff and see how much stuff's been loaded and all that. So that's possible, but that doesn't mean everything for what's in store. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I suppose Discord groups, like people do have a lot of like back end.
Guys are tech wizards. Shout out to Kaz and the crew.
So I don't know. It's it is exactly what Dean says. Like, it's just hard to get that balance. So the difficult one, very grey area, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like those. Remember those? Was it the Bloodline Jordan ones? They were everywhere.
Yeah,
but it's like I didn't know if there was so many pairs made or people didn't want them at the time. So it's hard to tell. You know what I'm saying?
And do you know what? With that particular pair as well, you just caught my mind. But wasn't there supposed to be like a Bloodlines 2 where it was like the reversed version?
There was, yeah.
There's so many renders of it.
Yeah.
And like there's nothing at the moment, isn't it? Yeah. Who knows? Like, who knows what you're supposed to believe?
Yeah, it's bare fake information. We see all these colorways and it's all renders. It's never like the shoe. These size runs, it's all, you never know what it's going to be.
Like that,
no one has the real information.
You know that Air Max 1 Curry? That's coming out. Somebody rendered that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Who knows, man? Who knows? Great question there, Tom. Appreciate that, man. The next question is from our guy at live.dreams_. Shout out, Jordan. If you could stop the creation of one sneaker, which one would it be? Ash, let's go.
What's your interpretation of this question? Like, stop it from ever being made, or stop it from being made further?
My interpretation is like because it's that ugly or something like that.
See, I thought the opposite.
I was thinking I'd like use it to stop ones being made.
Yeah, because there's too much. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But then I thought there's still some ones that I would like to re-release, so I wouldn't say a one.
No, I'm going ones, man.
I'm saying Dunk Lows.
Yeah.
Stop
Dunk
that.
lows, yeah, that's a
There's
fair
enough.
one as well.
There's enough for a lifetime of
Dunk
people.
lows, dunk highs, like yeah, they were out, they came back, and then they released 80 pairs in 1 year, and they killed
Yep.
us all with them, man. That was it. Like, fuck me.
Do you think you could live with never buying a Jordan 1 again? Like a newer pair?
Never buying a pair like ever, or like a
Yeah,
new.
no more releases of any of the ones you'd want. No
I
more.
could go back and buy one potentially.
Yeah, but the price is gonna be even crazier because there's gonna be no more of them.
I don't know. I think
I
if
like.
yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking like, it's tough, man. Like,
What's the shelf life you think of a Jordan 1? How long will it last?
I don't know. They last. They do.
Lasts
They
a
do
while, innit?
last. They do
Yeah,
last.
So you probably
Yeah.
could survive for the rest of your life. Got
Yeah.
enough.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I need any more ones.
No, I don't think any of us proper need it.
Nah.
I don't feel like I need any more.
Even I don't have a Chicago, and I don't feel like I need one. I would take one,
Yeah.
but I don't need it.
Do you know what I always think? I always think if you've got a double of the Royals, double of the Breads, and a double of the Chicago, you actually don't need anything else.
Yeah.
You don't need anything else. You just buy them because, like, so if you got doubles of those three,
That's definitely the state I'm in now. Like the Hyper Rolls that came out this year, definitely didn't need it, but I've got it.
I got rid of those, man.
I might do.
Yeah, I got rid of those. I don't like. They're just never gonna get worn. They're
It's
just
true.
never gonna get worn. I just can't be arsed. Like, I've had so many Jordan 1s, and I look at just loads of the boxes, and I'm just thinking I don't even wear any of these, man.
Mate,
Like,
I've been seeing some Jordan 1 walls lately, and I'm like, so many are trash. It's insane.
yeah, like, bro, there's
Just buying to color coordinate
like you
now.
just see like when you see like it's gonna sound mean, but like you see a lot of these like people have posted up like all their ones in it, right? And like you look at it and you think like how many of those did you actually like and want? Because a lot of them, like it's just a mashup of colors.
Once I see
Like
the vaults, I just want to
yeah,
there's
man.
no way you
I
like that
mean,
shoe.
yeah, boy.
Yeah,
So you're telling me you've got all these shoes and you think that you're going to wear the vaults one day?
I just
When?
don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, why have like 6 pairs of mediocre Jordan 1s? Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, like, unless you really love each colorway, you just like save your money, get something else. Like, try something like a different shoe, or like go back and buy like a Jordan 1 you really, really want and you've been after for a long time. Save up
For
a little
sure.
bit because it's all psychological, man. This is something I always say as well. Like the way people view money, you know, people would rather buy 8 pairs for £150 and pay 700 for each on 2 pairs, right? That they really want. That's totally psychological, because what happens at the end of the day is that you have either you have the money and you have the assets, right? So like you may have those 6 shoes that you spent it on and you've not worn any of them, or you've worn one of them, but you buy the other 2 and you're definitely going to be way more likely to have worn both of
and
those
be gassed about it.
and be gassed and have worn those. It's like a very psychological thing. I get it. I think it's very difficult to spend a large sum on something, like regardless of what it is.
That's always been my stumbling block.
Yeah, I get it. It's one of them things where it's hard to do, but then it comes to a point, like I remember when I had it with the Yeezy 700s, where I'd realized I'd bought 3. Yeah, that's £750. Like,
that's nuts, isn't it?
Like,
that is nuts.
Right at the time, that's what they were like, and that was £750. And I was thinking, like, back then, I could have bought. You could have got Chicago for less than that. Yeah. Like,
you could have got UNCs and the Chicago, like off-white UNCs and the Chicago.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, it was totally different. So it's tricky to say, man. But I wouldn't mind not seeing Jordan 1s made for like 5-10 years. I'll give you.
Oh, for sure. For that, yeah. I'm totally fine with 5 years off.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think
outside of that, I don't want to see no more Fila disruptors. I wouldn't mind if that went away. Yeah, that's not a good shoe.
Fair.
What about you, Mo? What shoe are you saying?
So I'm gonna say the foam runners, man. I can't stand them, man.
Break Jeff's heart.
I get confused, man. I get confused between them all, man. Like,
foam runners is the one with the holes in it.
That's one of the holes, yeah.
Yeezy Slides is the slide one.
Oh yeah, of course. Is
it's
there another one?
The Yeezy.
Don't think so.
No,
The
but there,
450s.
Ah,
yeah,
that's it. It's the
that's it.
450 I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are terrible as well, man. I don't
that's
like
the
those.
spikes on the side kind
Yeah, I
of.
don't like
Yeah.
those. I don't like those.
Yeah, so for me, like if it can just be removed from the face of this earth, that would be great. I'm happy for that shoe to just never ever
It's
exist.
some of the colorways as well, like not the plain ones where it's like two-tone.
Oh
Yeah,
boy,
yeah,
the
yeah.
two-tone ones, they don't make
What on
sense in
earth?
it. Yeah. You know what? Like the like single color ones, I can get it. Like it's like you can. I don't like it, but I get it, right? And like I don't like the black one. I don't like that black one.
No.
Nah, that looks to me like a toy. Like it looks like a toy on your foot. I don't like that
Do
one.
you know what I think it is for me is the fact that Kanye. Yeah, I mean, obviously Kanye, he's like a genius and whatnot, like design wise, but it's the fact that he actually out and out said like they'll cost like less than $20 to make, but then
And like 5 minutes to make as well.
exactly, yeah, like because of all the printing and whatnot. But for him to like, or for Adidas to like sell it for like 3-4 times the price, it just pisses me off. Like it annoys me, man. Like I don't know, it does
He
look
would
like
just say that it's Adidas doing the pricing, not him, but he suggested it, let's be honest.
yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. For that shoe, I can happily be like, yeah, don't want to see that no more. That can easily not be created anymore. It can leave the earth. Yeah, and I think dunks as well, actually. I think like we've seen like hundreds of dunks now, high, lows. They're probably going to make a
Nah,
mid dunk as well.
it's just enough. I've had enough. Like dunks made me hate shoes a bit this year. Like it was just like every week another release. I was just getting sick of seeing it, and like I feel like everyone felt like that. Do you know what I mean? Only a few, but
Yeah.
perhaps some of the newer kids that were like really excited by all the colorways. But a lot of people were like fatigued, like to the point of just like not even wanting to hear about it no more. So yeah,
Yeah.
dunks, man.
It started out so positive though, like the Syracuse and all that. Everyone
Yeah,
was
because it
like,
was
"Oh boy,
exciting. Like they were bringing
Man,
the
yeah,
silhouette back, and like again, this is all about like curation here, isn't it? Like, what are you bringing back? What are you picking? What's the story? And like that's what makes the releases interesting. When you start flooding and the quality gets worse and worse and worse, it just feels like we're boneheads, and you're just giving
yeah,
us what what you think boneheads will want. So
yeah."
like, yeah,
That
the
quality
worst
dipped
one,
ASAP.
it's
awful, man.
shocking. Like if you go from like the Spartan Green, yeah,
Yeah.
which is like decent, like average, good quality, like for a dunk of that price, to like everything else since then, all the dunk highs, it's like, yeah, it's like different. It's like chalk and cheese, bro. It's like totally different feel.
Do you know what that worst colorway is? That patent sort of clown circus looking one, man. And you're just
There's
you're
so
just
many
like,
bad ones now.
well,
I've
they're
lost
actually
track.
trolling now. Like they're like, yeah, you look like a clown. Now put these on your feet, and you
Did
confirm the clown.
the Villanova high release or not? It didn't, did it?
Do you know what? I think it was an a US only.
Ah,
I think it
interesting.
was. I
Because
think it was.
that's
That
my
was it.
favorite dunk colorway, and I was said to myself like I'm gonna try and get that for retail, and I'll wear those, but I never saw it, so yeah, never mind.
Looks like. Hopefully we do get a release of some sort.
Yeah,
Jordan, thanks for that question, bro. Appreciate that a lot. The next question is from at NatXSoul. Shout out to Natalie. What is your overall view of the releases so far this year? She says, I think this is one of the worst years to date so far. Crying emoji. I'll kick this one off, lads. To be honest, Nat, I think I'm gonna agree with you. To be
yeah,
honest, I'm definitely gonna agree with you. There's just I think I can only count maybe 2 or 3 on one hand that I think have been absolute fire this year.
yeah,
I don't know what it is, but the quality, and I really feel like, and I think the boys will back me on this, but the quality of dunks has really made the sneaker scene and everything that's been coming out like massively
yeah,
dip, like people's interests and stuff like that. I
yeah.
don't know, man. It's just been, yeah, I totally agree. Dean, how about you, man?
No, I'm totally with you. It's felt like such a lull of a year for sneakers. Like what you know what they did do right with the initial release of the Dunks, they totally kind of ruined. With like just flooding the market. I think they really overdid it, like to the point that like I got put off looking at Instagram and shoes for a while. I was just sick like of hearing about another release, and because all the stores are getting them at different times, it was just
Yeah,
endless. Like
yeah,
every store, like all of a sudden you'd see End raffling the black dunk that this other store did 6 weeks ago and another store did
yeah,
three
yeah, yeah.
weeks ago. You just had enough of it, and I think, like you said, like it does lower interest because it's like it's just constant. It doesn't make it special. There's no hunting with it. There's no like interest in like reading about the story behind the release, and I think a lot of the quality pairs this year have probably come from New Balance. They've had a few good collabs. I don't think their year has been as good as 2020. I don't think so. I think it's still really solid, and they've kind of built on it. So it's been a good year for them. But I think Nike have just not had a great year at all. I think like they've had a couple of releases like the Amar Money Air, which is like a brilliant shoe. They've got this, obviously this Travis Scott coming up, but again, you could like as it's a nice shoe, but like compared to the first collab they did, it's not really like Fragment as well are involved, but that just doesn't. I mean, that's what tells you everything, doesn't it? Really about this collab as a story when you think about it in that way, don't you? Like, um, no one's talking about that aspect of it. Do you know what I
Mm,
mean? Like, no
yeah,
one's really talking about this. It's a massive collaboration in theory, right? These three
yeah.
brands,
On paper,
and
on
no
paper.
one's because
Yeah,
it's like it's dope, like because it's the sample, like that's so dope, like but like the detail on the kind of like the collab aspects are not there, right? So I think that kind of like plays into what we're talking about at the moment, and why this year is feeling a bit meh. It's just a bit bleh. Everything's a bit. It's a very forgettable year in sneakers, I think.
agreed, man. Agreed. Ash, what's your take, man?
Yeah, man, totally. I've bought a lot of shoes this year, but the vast majority is from like 2020, 2020, 2019. This year has had a couple standouts, like you said, the Armanier, the neutral grey highs. New Balance has done maybe like 5 or 6 super dope pairs, which is great for me as well. But other than that, most of the other brands have just done nothing that's really got me super excited. Even Jordan brand, like most of the Jordan ones that have come out this year, got a couple of them, but none of them super exciting. Never going to be in like my top 5, top 10 Jordan ones that I own or anything like that. So it's been very, very mid-year. Hopefully the end of the year is coming out with some of the fire. Everyone keeps saying that, like the shops and stuff are saying that end of the year is going to be where the madness is going to happen. So we have to wait and see. But even like the unions was like a watered down version of what we've seen before.
Yeah,
Just
it didn't
just nothing
slap.
crazy.
It didn't slap. Like you look at that full release, right?
Came and went like
Came and
no
went like
one's
nothing, and
gassed.
everyone's forgot about it.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a special shoe. It just
Nah.
wasn't a special shoe. Like the AMM3, like that hung around for a little bit more. Like that had people talking for quite a while. Like there was more to that. Had a really great
And a lot of it
story.
was just because the release was weird and we
Yeah,
didn't
that's
know what was
true.
going on. That was like
That's
most of the
true.
talk.
But you know what? Like that shoe at least had a story. There was stuff to digest. There was
Yeah.
stuff to like get your head around and understand around that shoe. Yeah, everything else like that Union 4, like to me, like even the other colorway which I liked, like I what's the point? They feel like to me they genuinely feel like two knockoffs from the original collab that didn't make production. No, that's how it feels like. Why did they release these? It
Yeah.
feels so ununion-y in the way it was dropped and the way it was released and the way they handled this release compared to like the other two. It felt so much less special, and I think that all that stuff kind of translates to the shoe itself, and I think kind of summarizes what the year has been like up to now. Um, yeah, there's been a lot of mediocre releases. There's been too many releases, just not enough quality shining through. Because like when you really want a pair, you want that pair. Like you go for
Yeah.
that pair. Like you go all out. Like that's it. And there just haven't been many occasions this year where many of us have felt compelled to do that. at
No,
all.
not
I
at
hear
all.
you, man. I hear
Yeah.
you. Do you reckon like a big factor to this is because of like
COVID.
COVID stuff? Yeah. Do you reckon
Um,
people can't, like, brands can't hype it? There's no like launch events, like physical launch events. There's only online events, and you know what I mean. That's not
Nah,
a thing.
most people don't go to these things anyways, so I don't
yeah,
think it affects it that much. You can do all the hype online easily. I don't think
I
that
think
matters.
I
Yeah.
think for me, where like it would be interesting to know from the brand's perspective is like in the creation and ideation of the collab itself. Like if that was compromised, that been compromised, I wouldn't imagine so because you can jump on Zoom and you can like how
You
we
guys
all
have all
do.
worked from home for
Yeah.
like a year
That's
and a
what I
half.
mean.
It
Like
don't matter.
you can jump on Zoom, you can show the sketches, you can share your screen with for like visuals and graphic sketches and so on. So you can collaborate with people. So I don't think so. I just think we hit a point with shoes now with sneakers where so many people are interested that when it's a niche, you pay more attention to the interests of the niche, right? Like any brand like marketing 101, right? If your audience demographic is a specific demographic, you don't do stuff that's not for them, right? Everything you do is tailored to them. And I think when sneakers, the audience for sneakers, while widespread, was just more niche and a bit more of a like a personal interest sort of variant, there was a little bit more care. But now it's so mainstream, everyone's going for sneakers. People who don't give a damn about the brands or the story, which is fair enough. I'm not saying it in that way, but the consumer profile has changed, right? So
For
when that consumer profile changes, I think the released the kind of like PR strategy and media strategy and release strategy all changes, and you can feel it. You can feel it.
yeah.
There's been a huge drop in quality from brands like Nike, a huge increase in stock, and the sheer like volume of releases. That isn't coincidental. Like anyone who's worked in business or just has common sense, like that follows the sneaker market the way we all do, will notice this. And that's not, it's basic. It's just like it's there for everyone to see. If people don't want to open their eyes and look at that and ignore it, that's up to them. But it's quite obvious where we are and where the shift has been in some of these brands, and in particular with Nike. There's just no getting away from that.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure, man. Totally agree, man. And do you know what? Like, I don't know. Just, even for me, like, although I do say, I can only count three, major big sneaker releases like on one hand. Like, to be honest, like I'm gonna say my last six purchases have basically been New Balance. If that
The
makes,
takeover.
do you know what I mean? There just seems to be a shift, and I just don't know if it's because
It's because Jordan
quality.
Brand and Nike have not been killing it.
Yeah, there's definitely some. I mean, when you
The
talk about
products,
stories and stuff like that for like New Balance, like the stories
yeah.
they've been putting out are awesome. Like, okay, Emma Manier's story was amazing, but I don't know if you took notice of like the New Balance. Is it the 5740 bricks and wood? Like
Yeah.
that was unreal. And then
Yeah.
obviously, they had merch with it and whatnot, and that whole story was amazing. Like, and
Well,
I don't do this often, but it just, I don't know, it gets my attention over like swoosh sometimes.
that's why though, Mo. Like that's what we're saying. Like you're spot on there because like that's again like they're still playing into the niche kind of like hobbyist market
Exactly.
where people like you, individuals like you and me and others and Ash and like a lot of people we know and a lot of people we talk to on IG and stuff like that, they fall into that where it's a hobby. Like it goes beyond something on your foot, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's where you care. So you care, and that's when the brands know that. Nike is so big now, and so many people like that just do not care. Like people that would apply for like Geordie Shore, for example, are like going for Jordan ones and going for Dunk highs, and that's not me being mean. That's just me showing you like the way the profile of the consumer that wasn't
Yep.
the case.
Hmm.
Those people would wear Alexander McQueen's and shit like that, right? Like that's where things have shifted, and I think that's why there's a noticeable lack in care. We're seeing it from Nike and Jordan with that. Not to say that the colorways are like made with no effort. There are real designers making these, and it's not to shit on people's work, you know. So it's it. I'm not trying to be horrible, but at the same time, Mo, like you said, like you're buying New Balance because you can see it's a quality product with craftsmanship, with a story, with care.
Even the pairs that aren't made in USA, UK are still better.
Yeah, and it's
For real.
thoughtful. Like these
For real.
collabs are thoughtful. There's thoughtfulness behind them. There's something in there that resonates with you, resonates with like the wider audience, everyone that can see it. Like Nike at the moment, like they can be dropping dunks that haven't been seen in 20 years and not even mentioning that. Like they're just dropping them. Do you know what I mean? Like here's another dunk. Like no write up, nothing. It's just
Just
mass
get out there.
With a
consumerism.
colorway name that doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything. Like what was that orange Jordan 1 we just had, man? That like
that was bad.
I mean, like
I don't want to talk about that. I hate that shoe, man.
Nah.
I really hate that shoe. I just hate everything about that shoe, man.
Nah, I'm with you, man. I'm with
I just switch off, like.
Nah, it's yeah. This is a good question though, because like that is true. Like we'd be lying if we said this has been a vintage year for sneakers, man.
Yeah, it's been
For sure.
Yeah.
Natty, proper appreciate that question, man. That was a good one. Appreciate it. The next question is from Conrad_Tony. Shout out to you. He says he's nicking a question from the panel, guys. Shout out the panel. And he asks, what is the furthest you've traveled to cop a pair? Ash, let's go to you first.
Yeah, I don't know if I think I might have told this story before, but I think the first pair of Yeezys I won was the 350 V2, the black and the sort of watermelon color stripe. But I got it in the size was too small. Got it like TTS. I didn't know you had to go half size up or whatever. So tried to wear it, but it wasn't happening. Then I won my second pair, which was the Oreo. Got it finally in my size. Super gassed that I won it. Checked the email. Then it said in-store pickup. I checked where this store is, and it was Hip Store in bloody Leeds. So I was like, fuck's sake.
That's far. That is far.
It's mad far. And I was like, am I really going to go all the way there for that? But that was the time when like peak Yeezy sort of hype. And I was like, I need to have my pair of Yeezys. I don't want to pay resale for it or anything. So I booked a, train to go up there and stuff. Get to the train station at King's Cross, and there's like thousands of people standing outside. I'm like, what's going on? Some log is falling on the track. So like all the trains are fucked. So I'm like, oh my God. No one's got a train number. No one's got a train seat or anything like that. So I get on the train. Luckily, somehow managed to get a seat, get to Leeds, takes forever to get there. By the time I get there, my return ticket has already like passed. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do on the way back. Hopefully they let me in. Run to the Hip Store, run back. Then I got on the train back. They let me get on the train, luckily. But because it messed up, I ended up getting my travel for free. So I didn't actually have to pay that 50 quid back. So I was happy about that. But all that effort for Yeezys, I would never do that now.
Such a different time, though, isn't it?
Crazy.
Such a different time, man. Dean, how about you, man?
I think probably Birmingham to pick up them Grateful Deads. It's like Coventry.
Coventry. Oh yeah, I did Coventry as well.
Yeah. Leeds
mine
is
was
far
worse
though.
than yours.
Do you know what? Coventry is pretty straightforward, man.
Yeah. But that's for like a good pair.
I mean,
good pair in what sense?
We didn't stay long in Coventry. To be fair, the guys at Kong Street where we got the shoes, they pretty much said to us like, just go Birmingham, like you don't want to stay here. So we're like, all right, cool. But yeah, that was probably the furthest I've gone specifically for a pair. Obviously, been further away than that and bought pairs. So yeah.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I think for me, and I don't know, like, I don't even know if this counts to be honest, but I haven't really gone sort of outside of London for like raffles, but I have gone to another country to potentially get a shoe and manage to pick it up. But I don't know if that counts, does it? Did
you go specifically for that?
I did, yeah.
Okay, then that counts then.
You went to the country just to buy the shoe?
That's the thing. I was actually going there.
Was it coincidence?
No, I
wanted, you book it on that date because of that?
I wanted that shoe, and I was just hoping it would be there, and it was there. Does that make sense?
What shoe?
So it was my anthracite Sakai's.
I don't know.
I know.
See, because like that's a tricky one, isn't it? Because like You could have got them here as well.
See, this is, it could be a lot of my shoes I have got in London. Like that's the thing. I don't know.
Same. I would never
bro,
do a
like
raffle outside of London.
I hear that. It's one
worth
off.
it.
It's one off. Like I never enter stuff further out. Like
Yeah,
I only went
that Kong. If it was like the Chunky Donkeys, it's worth doing.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But
at the time,
anything
these gratefuls were like £800. So I was like, yeah, I'm going. I'm going, boy.
The returns.
Yeah, that was a stressful sale process, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so I think it's totally normal, man. Outside of that, I've never really left London. I've bought shoes, like I bought pairs in Tokyo as well. But like I've never like left specifically to go get it.
Did you cop anything in round 2, Mo?
Do you know what?
You said before, didn't you? You caught the product, the merch or whatever.
What did you cop? You said you did it for a reason. What was it?
It was the plainest T-shirt ever, like a Travis Scott Jumpman T-shirt for $100 fucking.
Just to say you copped that round 2.
Just to say, nah.
I did. I copped some clothes from the vintage store, but it was good stuff.
Yeah, that's what
old wrestling tees.
I haven't really gone out of the big smoke to get a pair, so I'm not. I don't think I've gone further out than
people do it a lot though for Offspring though, like abroad and stuff.
Yeah, people be flying in from
Holland and madness.
Like, and
she used to do it often.
Yeah, and then there's that guy Dennis, man. Dennis used to fly in from like Prague and shit like that, didn't he? Like, I remember that. That was mad.
Man, that's got to be worth it.
Yeah, boy.
And then they just release it online.
Bro, I can't. I'm so lazy. Like, man, I missed 3 flights in one day once for work, bro.
The hell?
Yeah, man. Wait, no, not 3, 2. I made the third one.
Great question there, Conrad. Appreciate that, man. Our last question comes from Trebsky63. I think he's from Canada. So shout out the Canada crew, man. Big love for you guys. If you had the opportunity to sit courtside at an NBA game, what shoe would you wear? I'll take this one first, lads. And I think I'm just going to go straight out there. I know I'm going to be on camera. I know I'm going to be on NBA TV, TNT, whatever it is. I think I just have to go with my Chicago's, man.
I wouldn't. It's too bait.
I know it's bait, but that is like my go-to shoe, man.
Like,
obviously, my favorite color is red.
What game would it be?
So, say that again.
What game would you want to be at?
Ooh, this is tough. But you know what? It'd have to either be. Well, obviously, I'm purple and gold, so I'm a Laker fan. It have to be Laker. I've been to the Staples twice, but I would love to see Damian Lillard and Steph Curry play. So that game would just be nuts. Like, imagine all the deep threes from like the circle logo, or like him saying goodbye to Steph Curry. Obviously, I still like Steph, and but just to see them both, in their element, banging threes, and just seeing that courtside, for me, that would be amazing, man. But yeah, I'm just gonna be a bit generic, and I'm gonna go with the Chicago ones, man. D, let's go to you, man.
Yeah, so I thought about this for a little while, and I was thinking the obvious one is something hype, like a Union or a Blue Toe Union, because that's gonna bang. But then I really thought about it, and I thought, you know what I'd do? I would unds my Burgundy 5s, and I'd go and watch the Sixers take down the Boston Celtics.
Come on.
In my dreams.
Let's go.
Jason Tatum scores 0 points on 0 for 16 shooting.
Wait.
Ben Simmons goes 5 from 5 from deep.
Jeez.
I was gonna say
with the last shot with Tatum's hand in his face, and he still makes it.
Wait, does he get the girl at the end? So does he get Kendall Jenner?
What? Listen, I don't want to talk about what Ben gets up to off the court. Yeah, we're talking about Ben in my head right now,
Doing the
which
business for
is
once.
Ben is splashing threes like his name is Steph. Embiid is bodying people up, and we have Robert Covington back with us from a few years, ready in the corner to splash the threes. Yeah,
Bang.
that's where I'd be in my burgundy fives. I'd be like Drake, celebrating like that, getting in people's faces and shit, and
Gas in
like,
the
yeah, do you know what I'm saying? And I'd even wear like a Markel Fultz jersey just for the low.
Has his shot fallen off, or is it like
It
how
is
he's
that
college
you know
days?
what? Listen, he's done better at Orlando, but he still can't shoot. Like he still can't like shoot properly.
Sad, man.
It's really weird, man. It's
It's
so
sad.
weird.
Sad.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
Um,
Still,
Ash, let's go.
You guys are jokers. Yeah, shoe wise, have to be a Jordan 1. I think I'll go for Shatter Backboard 2.0s.
Woo.
Be something a little bit different. Like people watching and be like, oh shit, is he rocking that? Okay, who's this guy? So that would be my shoe. The game probably be Lakers versus Clippers. So it'd be
Oh,
like a nice rivalry. LeBron dunking at the end, smashing it in someone's face. That's what I need to see live.
you
fire.
don't reckon no playoff P, no playoff.
Way off P. Fuck out, yeah.
Man,
Ash,
like Paul George,
Ash, would you be sitting next to Drake or?
Of course. Talking about so and so's mum. I was like, did you hear that?
Who he finesse? Who's he taking?
What's that guy's name? Bailey something. Amari Bailey.
Maury Bailey, yeah.
Yeah, poor kid, man.
Oh man, he's getting it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Guy's getting it, man.
I mean, it would suck if your mom like looked like that anyway.
Yeah,
like,
it's peak.
Yeah, that's big time peak. Like you
I'd
see,
say just don't come, man. Wait, you don't need your
like,
support. I'm cool.
Never ever.
You wake up one day like, hold on, why did I got 850 like male friends and like
Outside,
around
outside
like
my house.
You come to
Like,
play out, like knocking on
yeah,
his
it's
door.
like, hey man, you wanna have a sleepover at your house?
Oh no, I'd be so pissed, man. You'd be playing PlayStation.
You'd
Yeah?
be on the defensive all the time, bro. The
Yeah.
cashier looks at your mom a little bit funny. You'd be like switching at him, innit?
Yep.
Like, just like,
Bro, you'd be playing PlayStation with your boys. All of a sudden, one of your boys goes missing. You're like, no, where is he?
You got to roll around with knuckle dusters.
oh man, nah. Shout out to everyone out there that's got one, like one of the mums that look
Yeah.
younger and stuff. You lot went
Thanks.
through tough times
Yeah.
Man.
in school, man. I feel for you guys.
But at the same time, shout out the moms that look after themselves. For real.
Yeah, of course.
Guys, we enjoyed that one.
Some dope questions this week.
For real, man. Don't forget to get involved in HSU question time. If your question didn't get mentioned in this week's episode, it will be carried over to next week's. So big shout out to everyone that sent through questions. On to the next part of Half Size Up, and we have Cop of the Week. In this segment, we discuss what sneakers we copped or wanted to cop this week. And this week, we will start with Dean. So, D, any pickups?
Yo, to start with me nowadays, don't you, Mo? Like, to start on the low and like kind of work the way up, right? Like, yeah, I ain't got no pickups, man. Did anything release?
Nothing crazy, no.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm still harboring the wounds from missing that protection pack. Like how like how like Offspring raffled it, yeah? Like I remember like I was like saying, nah, they only had the white and the black ones. And I was thinking I'm going crazy, like, because I remember them saying that. So I scrolled back. And that was the first post. They said they were only getting the black and the white. So in my head, yeah, the very first one they mentioned. So in my head, I just tuned out after that. Do you see?
Yeah.
So things must have changed after that. Yeah. So that shoes.
Did they get 3 pairs or 2 pairs in the end?
I think they got all 3. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So that shoe's been on my mind. It's lingering. I'm waiting to see what happens if the resale dips a bit.
I
But
haven't.
outside,
Is it on StockX? I can never find it.
it's
If it
on
is.
StockX. It's
It
on
is,
StockX.
yeah.
I
It's
don't
like
know what I've got to search for.
220 pounds my size. Too much, man. So
Retail's what, 130?
130,
It
yeah.
Yeah, 130, 130.
I would pay max 200.
So what did you want? The grey one or the black one?
The grey. The grey.
Yeah, the
I
grey is the fire
yeah,
one.
I
Yeah.
wanted the grey
Grey's the
one.
best.
I like them
Yeah.
all, but if I'm gonna buy one, I'm gonna buy the grey one. So that
Yeah.
might get copped. I'm like waiting to see. It's on my list. I really would like to have that shoe.
Have you ever
but
tried that model on before?
no, I haven't.
You
I
should.
haven't.
Just in JD and stuff. Just try it on
Yeah.
and see. Because
Some
I
good
found
colours.
the sizing's
colour.
interesting.
Yeah.
What's it like for you, Mo? What size did you get in yours?
He's got both.
Which
I think
one?
you got half size up and true to size, haven't you, Mo? And got 2 pairs.
Of what? Of the
2002R.
I got all 8.5s.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought you
I
got
think-
a third pair. That was okay. Maybe I'm chatting shit.
No, so both the Bapes are 8.5, and then the grey.
Which is what, half size up, or is that your size?
That is, I mean, in all New Balance, I go 8.5. So really,
8.5 is a US 9.
US
Yeah.
9, yeah.
Yeah. So basically,
Is
yeah.
that your true size or a half up? US
In
9.
New Balance, that's my TTS. Yeah.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Interesting,
Like
interesting.
Nike.
Because I've tried on both, Dean, and
Yeah.
TTS fits fine because it's quite a stretchy shoe,
Yeah.
so it's not an
It is.
issue. But half size up is perfect for me.
Mm.
So like
I'm-
my US 11, which is my true to size.
In that case, I'll probably just go whichever one's cheaper.
Yeah,
to be
exactly. You
honest.
can't, you can't go wrong either one.
Yeah, so I'll see. But hopefully I can get that, man. We'll see.
I say you try it on, man. Just try it
it's
on.
in any shop in them shops to try on any generic one.
You know what, guys? I like to take the risk. I like a risky life. You know what I'm saying? I'm
excitement
lazy.
when it comes.
I'm lazy. I'm not going to the shops to try it on, bro. Like you know me. That's not happening.
Fair.
That's just not happening. I don't think I've ever done that in my life. You know, I think I just risk it every time and pay the price. There's been some sad stories as a result, but yeah.
Cool. Fair enough. Ash, any cops this week, bro?
I can't remember when I copped it, but I copped 2 more pairs. Very happy about one of them. The second one was like, I didn't need to do it, and I just did it. I just fucking went wrong with it, man. The fuck. But yeah, 2 more pairs of New Balance. Copped the white and burgundy 550s.
Perfect.
Did you get those as well? I think Mo got them as well. If I'm making it up. I don't know.
Got him.
Yeah, so I got those. I think they've not even come yet, but I was like last minute, why not, kind of thing to get them, because I'm not going to get the ALD, like the red pair anymore. Can't be asked to pay over retail.
Yeah.
For those, and I also finally got my New Balance 992 in the tan colorway.
Perfect.
Super gassed to finally get those. That's a pair I've been looking for since I got my first pair, to be honest. Because I remember I got the grey pair. Tom got the tan pair, but he got it in a half size too big.
Yeah.
And since then, I've wanted that pair, so it's nice to finally have that. And the 992 collection is just ridiculous now.
Dope, man. Dope pair. Just that one pair.
2, the 550s and the 992.
Sick.
Man said just the one.
So I switched off.
Not even that. Like one's a lot,
One's too
man.
much, yeah.
One's a lot. Like
Is. For me, lads, same as Ash. By accident, got 2 pairs of the bloody burgundy 550s. I actually returned one the other day back to Foot Locker because I got a pair on Foot Locker and then I got a pair on New Balance.
Okay.
On the website because I thought it didn't go through. So then, like an hour later, because I think New Balance dropped at 9, but Foot Locker dropped at 8. So I just thought, because Foot Locker was playing up. You know how shit their website is.
Yeah, worst.
So I thought, let me secure on New Balance, and it was mad because New Balance it arrived before the Foot Locker one, so it was all messed up. So I actually returned back the Foot Locker 550s. Super fire pair though, man.
I'm hearing the quality on these GR ones is not so hot. That's what a lot of people have been saying.
I see that as well, but my pair is fine. Like it's absolutely fine, and
you should compare it.
What are they specifically saying? The
A
leather?
lot of people just saying, yeah, like the materials are not
What,
that
compared
good.
to ALD ones, you mean?
Yeah, and like in general, like just not as good as you'd expect from New
Well, Mo's
Balances.
got both, haven't you?
Yeah, it's
So you
it's
can. I
still
haven't got
good,
mine yet
man.
to test.
For me, like when I look at both of them, I've had them side by side. I think they're both good. The
Is it the
five,
same price?
no, it's £100.
Nah, it's
£100
more. The
for
the
the
ALD was about.
Was it 130? I
Oh
think.
no, it's
yeah,
more. It was more.
I don't
something.
think so, Dean, because it was 160 from
Hold on,
abroad for us.
let me check. I got my Monzo up in front of me. I can take a look.
I thought.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad quality, man. Like even that the whole toe cap, the suede toe cap is really nice.
Mm.
The quality of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going off because I've seen like 8 or 9 people say it now on Instagram. So I was just
Okay.
curious.
And they have both, yeah?
Yeah. Even
Okay.
people like Adidas and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
Adidas, I saw him say it, and he was saying like he loved it, but that was the purple pair. So maybe
Okay. Yeah, maybe
maybe
some.
the burgundy's a bit better. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know what people expect, man. It's £100 sneaker. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I think New
Compared to the
Balance get a
premium.
reputation on there. I think they're in danger with this silhouette though of going the same way with dunks
Yeah.
and stuff.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Question, guys. Did you guys see the 650?
Oh, the
The
high
one that's
top.
like a high.
Yeah,
I think that's fire.
Yeah, boy, that's flames.
Yeah.
Straight flames, man.
On the New Balance like Facebook thing, these guys are airing it out, but I think it's fire.
Man, people they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, but
Man.
them guys hate everything that's new for some reason.
Popular and new, right? Yeah, they're probably
no, I
like
think
feel
they're
like
fire, man. They're sick, man.
Yeah,
they're fucking cold, man. I would buy both colorways that I've seen.
definitely.
Yeah, I like them that much. They're good.
Very dope player, man. Also, a shout out to Offspring actually. Got a pair of ZX 9000 Adidas ZX 9000
Exclusive.
which is like it's like the second city pack. They did the city pack last year. Yeah,
They
London.
were ZX 8000s, isn't it? Oh, no, one was 10,000, one was 8,000.
That's it. Yeah.
That's
So
it, yeah.
this year is the ZX 9000. Pretty dope shoe. Sort of yellow in midsole. It's got a triple stitch toe cap, which is cool. Canvas on the toe box. It's got the coordinates of London on the heel. It's got this mint green on the heel counter. It's got the River Thames on the heel, which is pretty cool. And then inside the insole itself is like it's like a map of London itself on both insoles. So when you put them together, it's like it looks like a map of London. So really, really dope shoe. Super thankful to Offspring HQ. Had a few people message me on Instagram. Shout out, not going to name drop, but shout out Sean Go. He asked me how these fit. I did advise him that it was sort of half size up if he wanted to. And I think he purchased it because I told him that. So I must be an influencer to him.
Influencer.
But yeah, really, really dope shoe. I think that already came out on Saturday. Saw a few people who copped it. Yeah, so shout out to the guys over at Offspring. We're very, very dope shoe. Moving on, lads. We are moving on to the next. And this is the part of the podcast which we like to call Take My Dough or Leave It, Bro. This is a quick fire round. One of us names a bunch of sneakers. The HSU team will have to say whether it's take my dough or leave it, bro. Simple game. And this week, it is Dean's turn to set the tone. So, Dean, let's go.
Yeah, so I think it's easy this week. Like, there's only one place to start, and that is with the Nike Travis Scott Fragment Air Jordan 1. And I'm going to come to you first, Ash. Is this a take my dough or is it a leave it, bro?
It's a take my dough. You know, the low has always been one that I thought was dope, and I hadn't had any reservations about that. I was like, definitely. But the high, I don't know why, over the coming weeks, maybe it's just seeing it all the time, just looks better than it used to for some reason.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling it more than I used to. So definitely take my dough on both of them. Nice kind of concept that is the throwback to that old sort of pair that was seen in a magazine, like a sample or whatever from back in the day. I have to proper see, like, I like to see it in person and see how it all like sort of looks together. But definitely feeling it more than I did before. To take my dough.
Yeah, Mo.
Hello, Dean. Yeah.
I've been
So,
waiting for this.
so for
I've
me,
been
I mean,
waiting since I saw
no,
your entry pop up, brother. Come
okay,
on.
Wait. Did he enter for a blue shoe?
Mo
No,
did
no
a
way. No
whole
way.
entry for
No
a
way. He didn't twerk for a
majority
blue
blue
shoe.
sneak.
let me explain it. Let me explain it.
There's no
Obviously,
explanations.
I always, you know what? It's a cool shoe, yeah. It's a cool shoe, yeah.
Do you like the
Like,
box? It's very blue.
it's blue, yeah. It's a blue
He's gonna
shoe.
spray it.
It's got a transparent sleeve. I mean, look, I always said to myself, like, if I can get it for retail, I'll copy it for retail. Like, what person wouldn't want to cop this for retail? Like, I wouldn't pay resale for it. So if I get the opportunity to pay retail for it, then I'm gonna go for it. Do you know what I'm saying? Out of the two, I'm gonna straight off the bat say the low is better for me.
Yeah.
Just because of the color blocking, I think.
Less blue.
The top down is black and white, or black and blue,
Yeah.
black and white. So yeah, for me, like it just works better. But I mean, I've got no qualms about this. As Dean always says, inoffensive. I mean, if I can get it for retail, I'm gonna go for retail. That's my only. that's my peeve, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, there's no two ways about it. It's a cool shoe, man. And if you're gonna get if I'm gonna get a blue shoe, it might as well be something that's
I mean, you got a growing collection of blue shoes now, Merkel.
Yeah, he's nearly catching up to me.
I mean, Mo's he's got more blue pairs than me almost. Nah, I hear you though. Like, of course, like this, it's a special collab, isn't it? Like, at the end of the day, these don't come about often. It's a massive release. Probably gonna be the biggest release of the year in terms of hype, I would say.
Yeah, I can't see nothing
Though
else.
that said, with it coming quickly, I'm not feeling the craziness like I felt last time.
Do you think?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling
From
that
that post, I saw
wild.
it looks like it's going to be super limited where it's coming out. I think people are just accepting they're taking the L kind of thing.
They're taking an L, yeah, because I think the high, apparently on the low, the stock is high, but apparently on the high, it's very limited. Yeah, so
okay.
Yeah, so we'll see. But for me, yeah, like you guys, it's a take my dough. It's a really cool shoe. The box is fucking dope. I really like the box.
Which one do you prefer?
Well, out of this or the first one?
No, the high is all low.
Oh, do you know what? I like the highs better because I just prefer highs. I think.
Yeah, that's what I prefer.
Yeah,
in general.
I just think Jordan 1 lows look a bit like bowling shoes. I like them still, but they have like proper bowling shoe shape. And
they just look cheaper to me.
Yeah, they just the shape is for me is not the like best shape on a shoe in the world, if I'm being like completely honest. I still like them, don't get it twisted, but I just because I like highs a lot, I think on foot the high is gonna look better in my opinion than the lows. I reckon.
The lows definitely have
though.
like
yeah, 100%. Nicer toe box, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, toe box is definitely different to the high. It's like a lot rounder, isn't it? Like less material around the toe cap.
People have had this pair from so long. Has it been delayed, this release, or people got fakes?
God knows anymore, man.
There's fakes, man.
There's loads of fakes about. A lot of people buy fakes just to stunt on gram and social.
Yeah, I saw a review for this time ago.
Yeah, Team early, innit? Yeah. Team early.
I mean, to be honest,
you literally don't know until the real one comes out whether you've got a real one or not.
So. I still don't know what the fuck I watched when Fomer Simpson reviewed that Bumblebee. That Bumblebee Jordan 1. Does anyone remember that video?
No.
So
one of the black, yellow, and then the white midsole.
It was like the black and yellow that never released. Do you remember when there was talk of it? And he said he got it from someone.
No.
to use for the review, and he did a whole review on it, and the shoe
No
never
way.
came out. So
Fake.
like, I don't like, do you know what I mean? Like, you just don't know anymore.
Mm.
Like, and that's someone who's super reputable and like
Yeah,
Yeah.
always on point, but we
yeah.
don't know like what the hell that was that he reviewed because it's not come out. Was it an early sample or was it not? Like, he openly said it wasn't his shoe, someone else's that they lent him for the episode. So, but when that's
Mm,
happening, like on that level, I just think there's just so many pairs going about. A lot of them will be fake.
yeah, for sure, man. Fraud.
Yeah, straight up. All right. Next pair. So this is an interesting one. This is the third in the line of Nike. Is it third? Yes, the third.
Fourth, no?
No?
Yes.
Fourth, black, blue, pink,
Blue.
yellow.
Ah, yeah, fourth,
Yeah,
man. I forgot
that's
about
right.
that pink shit. I mean, yeah,
Fuchsia.
my mind tried to erase it clearly. So yeah,
Men in black thing.
this one is it's the same as the fuchsia, but it's in a flash lime. So this is like fluorescent lime colored dunk high with the ambush swoosh. Mo, what you thinking on these, man?
Whew, boy. I think I'm gonna say what Drips would usually say and be like straight away. Man, like shout out, man, like Drips, man.
Yeah,
For me, I haven't liked any of the colors, any of the colorways at all. Even that one of one that Yoon was wearing, the Chicago colorway, I still didn't like them. I don't know, man. And then this flash lime colorway has come out, and I just feel like it's on the same level as the fuchsia pair. I don't know. It's just not for me. I don't know. Yeah, it just doesn't resonate with me at all. So for me, it's a straight up leave it, bro. And let me play that sound effect again. Shout out, Drew.
Ash, what you saying?
For me, I actually like how it looks. I actually think it looks cool. The black swoosh just sets it apart, makes it look dope. But I've already got the Jordan 1 Gatorade Lemon Limes, which is like a bright enough shoe for me to have. So I definitely don't need this pair, but I do like how it looks. But then again, if I bought this pair, when the fuck am I gonna wear it? Like, where to, when? There is no time, to be honest. And Dean, you've got some of these already, right? Have you got the black and white pair?
I had both of them. I've sold them both.
Had is amazing. I love
Yeah.
it. But did you ever try them on?
Yeah, no, I
Do
wore the
they
black.
fit? How do they like? Because
They
they're a bit higher, right?
They fit weird, man. Like I
Mm,
always found my black one, which I never wore the blue one. I actually like the blue one better. I think the colors worked a lot better. I think the
yeah.
midsole being a different shade of like being sail
Okay.
helped the shoes shape a lot. The black one initially, that midsole was white and it kind of felt very chunky and fat.
Mm,
They felt a bit big. Like my UK9 felt a bit roomy for my taste. I like a
okay. Yeah.
snug fit.
Mm,
I like a nice like snug fit. So yeah, it was a weird fit. They felt weird on. I wasn't enjoying wearing it as much as I liked it aesthetically. I
yeah.
like the blue one a lot more, but to be honest with you, again, it was a case of how often am I going to wear that?
Yeah. Not
Not
worth
that
keeping.
often, so not worth keeping. So I'm like being realistic about it. So yeah,
Are they
I'm
higher than
kind
a Jordan 1? Like where the top bit
uh
sits?
potentially, yeah, I think they are. They're
Okay.
really high. They are really
Mm,
high and they're really thick. Like
okay.
it's quite padded. It can look weird. Like that's what I mean. Like that midsole on the blue one being sail gave it a bit more body and shape. I
Yeah.
think the original one with that midsole being white, it just looked like a block of color with the white paneling and stuff like that. So yeah, to me, I'm kind of with Mo on this. I think this is for me, it's a leave it, bro. I don't hate it, but I don't really like it either.
Yeah.
I just think again, like the dunk ambush dunk is a bit played out already now.
Mm-hmm.
A bit
Yeah.
boring. So
Rushed
yeah,
it out as well. Like,
yeah,
don't need
just
so
too
many in
many.
that space of time.
Too many. Dropped the black one, fair enough. Then the pink, which came too soon after the black. Then they waited a bit, which is fine, but then they dropped the blue one. And now, like again, another one with that kind of same color blocking as the fuchsia. So it just feels weird and just feels again like there's not that much thought going into the collab. So yeah,
For sure.
All right, next pair is a bit of a weird one still. So it's the Adidas Prada Lunarossa 21. And have you boys seen this pair?
Which
Yeah,
colorway are we talking? I've seen two
that's
different colors, like a
like
white and a grey one.
Oh, that's a good question.
Is it transparent? Like it's got like a.
But there's still a grey one and there's a white one.
I think just both because like they
Both,
released
yeah. Okay.
they released at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, like what Ash, what do you think of this shoe, man?
Heck no, for me. I've never liked those like Prada shoes that guys used to wear to the club and shit.
Yeah.
Them little shiny ones. They've never done anything for me, and it gives me that sort of vibe. But it's translucent for God knows what reason. No, thank you. Easy, leave it.
Yeah, same here, man. I'm with you on that. Mo, what do you think?
Yeah, for me, this is a yeet as well. Nah,
Yeah, man.
it's not the one. I knew one person who had the original Pradas, and that was Ash's boy Jeff. And shout out Jeff. He's the only person I knew who ever had this. I remember the day he bought them. He had a massive Prada bag, and he was gassed to have them.
Have you seen the price for these?
Never been about it, man. What's
They're
the price?
$695.
Come on, man.
I think this Prada Adidas thing
Been a
has
disaster.
not worked at all. I think it's been terrible for both brands. Like it's just not worked. The first bit of buzz they made was the high point. Since then, no one
Was that the one with
wanted
the
it.
handbag and stuff?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like the initial news, like the press release going out. That made some noise. Everything else since then has been pretty much negative and people just not caring. And that's the bit that will hurt. I think will hurt both brands the most is how irrelevant this collab became.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
just not relevant in any way. People do not care about it. Okay, moving on. So we got more Off-White. Off-White Nike Air Zoom Tempo. These came out last week. Guys, let's start with Mo. Let's start with you. What are you saying? What do you think of these ones, man?
Oh, I mean, it's just like that other sneaker that came out. I think it was 2019.
Yeah, the spikes. Yeah, I had them.
Yeah,
I had those.
Do you know what? I get what Virgil's trying to do, man. He's trying to be different, and the people always ask for something else, and he's given that to people, which is cool, but it's just not hitting, man. It's just not hitting. And I did see it on the sneakers app sitting for quite a while until it fully sold out. And
a lot of that, yeah. You're right.
With this, you know what I mean? Like it's always going to sell out, yeah, but you can definitely gauge by the time frame of how it sits on sneakers, like of what the actual reception is.
All these track and run releases that he's done have sat. Yeah, every single one has sat.
Yep, that sort of waffle one was in Nighttown for time.
They all sat like they were in end for ages. No one wanted them. And I think it's the same with these, man. Ash, what you saying is you saying leave it like Mo?
Yeah, absolutely horrific.
Yeah, I thought you both
nothing good about that.
Unanimous.
Yeah, I knew you both would say that, man. It's
high
just
price as well. $250.
High price, not a good shoe. Just not a good shoe, man.
No.
I'm interested to hear what you guys think of this next one because this is interesting to see this happening, right? So we've got the Reeboks times Adidas ZX Fury series, yeah. So this is like a whole range. Ash, what are you saying? What do you think of these, man? Because what do you think of the whole collab as a whole? Like, what do you think on that, man?
Abomination. To be honest, it just looks funky. No,
it's weird as fuck, innit? Yeah. It is weird, man.
I get what they're doing, but I don't know who it's for.
Yeah,
particularly. I know there's people that love the Insta pump and all that sort of stuff, but it's never done it for me, so it just doesn't know.
Nah, I'm with you. It's strange. I was like excited to see what this was gonna be like and these collabs, but they don't feel like either brand shoe. It just feels weird. I
can see what they're trying to do, but it's just too much.
It's just too much, yeah. Mo, what do you think, man?
I mean, yeah, it's an iconic sneaker, right? It's been around for a few years, but it's only now like sort of re-retroing. Let's say that. And it's great for all the people who are Reebok fans because this wasn't it originally just a Reebok sneaker, yeah?
I believe so.
And then obviously Adidas has put their name on it because of their partnership and whatnot. But yeah, exactly what Ash said. It's just who's it for? Like, is it for the Reebok fans or is it for the Adidas fans? It's the identity is fully lost. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, and that's something I remember
I don't know, man.
you mentioned that a long time ago on the Podmo as well about the cross collabs when we're having 2-3 like when 3 brands are involved where like the identity sort of gets lost a little bit and yeah you can feel that with this as well. It just feels weird.
I guess the point is to make one fan of one brand check out the other brand more, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's mad. Like I'm looking at some pictures, yeah, and there's like I didn't even know this, yeah, but there's like a BBC, like Billionaires Boys Club collab. There's a Toy Stories collab. There's a few other collabs just for the Insta Pump.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean, like when you've got brands like BBC, ice cream, all that kind of stuff collabing, and then no one actually really knows about it. It just you can already gauge what the reception is.
For real.
Which is it's just this is just lost in translation. Just it's all over the place. So for me, it's leave it, bro, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty much with you there. Like, I think it's I want to see more of what they do together, but it's this could have been executed better. So we'll see. It's a wait and see on how this goes. I think generally though, boys, the news is just about one shoe this week, isn't it? So we're gonna see what's going on and how people are feeling by this time next week. And
do you guys feel like you're gonna end up with a pair?
No.
I just feel like some people have already been picked.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's
Dean,
hard.
would you ever pay any resale on it?
Nah.
Not at all.
No.
Even if you had the inkling that it's gonna go up and be worth it.
It depends on what the kind of like price on the day was. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's
500 on the day.
Yeah, I'd take it at 500 on the day because it's a good investment. Like, but I think that's never gonna happen. I think
that'll be some kid down in his luck that needs something.
Like where we are with sneakers these days, isn't it? Like it's just not gonna happen. So
yeah, what's your resale predictions then for the high?
I think this is gonna be
within the first week.
£800, 700 to 800, maybe 700 to 900.
And the low much lower than that?
I think the low 5 to 7, 5 to 8.
Most people are saying that's the one that they like more.
Yeah,
whether that's true, I don't know. But
that people always talk the big talk on Instagram, and then when it comes down to the numbers and the polls, no one buys the lows, isn't it? So it's just a different interest.
I think 600 for the lows, 800-900 for the high.
That's what I would suggest. Looking at where the resale is now, but it would not surprise me, given the way the sneaker market is these days, if these just stayed at 1.1 or 1.2 or something crazy like that.
And also got to remember, like Crep City's coming up, sneaker come up, and hike it even more, and then
it's gonna be bare those shoes at Sneaker Con in Crep City, man. Bare that pair.
100%, man. Dean, absolutely fire pairs mentioned. On Take My Dough, leave it, bro. Appreciate it, man. Right, so that about takes us to the end of the podcast. We're about ready to close out episode 23 of Half Size Up. As always, it's been dope chopping it up with you boys. In the meantime, do we have any shout outs or honorable mentions? Ash.
Shout out to the family as usual. Shout out to Tom for always sending me some good sneaker deals and costing me money. And a shout out to you boys. It's been a minute since we got to pod, so good to be back.
And Dean, any shout outs or honorable mentions for you, bro?
Yeah, shout out to obviously everyone sending in questions and listening to the pod. Shout out to you guys. Like Ash said, it's actually nice just getting on here to chat again. It's been a couple of weeks now, so it never feels good being off it for too long. So glad to be back there. And shout out to everyone that entered for these these Jordan 1s and really wants to win them. I sincerely hope you do win them, and I sincerely hope that people that are like ridiculously excited for this shoe get them, because I think for a lot of those newer people, this is like a grail moment for them.
They were late to the party on most of
Yeah,
the big stuff that's come out. So yeah,
they've
this will be
missed
big.
out on a lot of stuff, and this is like a huge moment for them. So I I hope they do get it. That said, if you are a UK9, I hope I get my pair first. So yeah, but yeah, good luck to everyone that's entered for these and going for these. And Ash, congratulations on winning them on sneakers as well.
Cheers, man. Shout out
Man,
to K.
preempted it,
The
you know.
goat.
Yeah, sorry, K. Yeah, K.
Yeah, just from me, shout out to you lads. Thanks for always putting in the time for the podcast. Really, really appreciate it. And shout out to the guys once again over at Offspring for sending over the ZX 9000. And there is another shoe that's going to be coming out soon, which I will do like the YouTube thing where you're like, I can't say it just yet. But yeah, that'll be coming out soon. So watch out for that. And yeah, just shout out to everybody who sends in questions, man. We always love that part. So make sure you continue to send out questions and everything. So yeah, shout out to the local and global audience that's been tuning in week out. A big shout out to you guys. Also, Half Size Up was brought to you today by the Pink Miracle Sneaker Cleaner, the original shoe cleaner since 1985. Use our code HalfSizeUp15 for 15% off your purchase online. Don't forget, we are a weekly podcast, and you can follow us on Instagram at HalfSizeUpPod. You can subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, many more, plus YouTube. We want to say a big thanks from the entire Half Size Up team. I'll be Merkel Moman with my co-host Dean Still.
Have a great week, everyone.
And Ash Bash.
Catch you later, people.
See you next week. We are outie. Big love, boys. That was a good one, man. That was a good one.
Do you man ever dance to the song? You ever do
Which
little,
song?
Always.
Yeah, I'm always doing a little jig to the song, bro. Yeah. Like when it's coming out, man. So
before you used to say that it's like porno music.
Yeah, it's got that porno vibes, man. It's got like.
But that's old school. No porn has that anymore, does it? They got
I don't know.
Little Baby playing.
I don't.
That's the stuff I watch anyways. Sorry.
They got Little Baby playing.
I'm joking.